because I think realistically, I don't think any of the subs really made much of an impact.
No, I don't think so.
I think we tried to bring people on. We tried to maybe change the setup. Nothing was quite clicking. So we had obviously Lee Burn.
What he's done all the time that he's come off the bench, to be fair, he still is a nuisance. He's big. He will battle with the centre backs. He will try and win flick-ons. But again, we had such a poor foothold in that game in the end, especially up the front of the pitch. He didn't have much of an impact. Like you said, he couldn't.
And I've got very little extra to say to that. And I think we're probably going to be in the next minute getting through all of these because there's really just not too much. Amari Bell, I think he was coming on to try and maybe bring that side of the more athletic, maybe trying to have a bit more of an attacking presence within that defensive unit. Didn't work, like everything on the day. And I think it was about 10 or so minutes after he came on, obviously we got the second goal, went in, and I think at that point everyone knew that it was kind of looked like the team kind of down
playing out a little bit. Yeah.
So same time as him, Harvey Nibbs.
I thought, to be fair, Nibbs, of all those players that came on, Nibbs I felt ran the hardest when he came on. I do think he still feels like he's got that sort of point to prove. So even when he comes on and we're obviously losing the game, he is one of those players that actually you could see him having an impact. We haven't seen that, apart from Watford where he got his goal obviously off the bench. We haven't seen that big impact from him in terms of goal return. But he does work hard, and he's that quite athletic, tall sort of midfielder that you do when you watch the game, you do see him putting himself about.
Yeah, and I also think with him as a player, we see players who we praise because they come off the bench and they make a huge impact.
Yeah.
I do think with Nibbs, I'm not 100% sure that's what he is. I think he might actually be a player who needs to start, needs to
Get
to the game. He needs to have half an hour to kind of settle in, and then at that point he reads it and he does start to kind of ease into things. And I think
we will
a
see
performance like Preston and him coming on and putting the effort in